Hello everyone, Adrenaluke here, coming at you with another episode of Dirty Driving. There was another Brazilian on our hands, but he was clean this time. Yeah, a Brazilian driver was clean, so not dirty driving then. I find it very hard to believe, but yeah, you're about to see a clean race with a Brazilian. This might be a sign of the end times. But jumping into the race here, this is Daily Race B at Red Bull Ring. It's a GR4 race. I am in the yellow Mustang that you see here. I'm loving this Mustang in this track. It handles very well in this track, actually. Getting ready for that rolling start to kick off the race. I have my hand already on that paddle shifter to shift up right away because first gear is really short on here and you have to shift up to second almost immediately once it starts. See that? Bam! Already in second gear. And I'm getting a slipstream off him right away. I'm already gaining on him leading up into turn number 1. Going through turn 1, he's going to abuse the track limits a little too hard on the exit there. All 4 of his wheels went on the red section, and that's going to give him a half-second penalty. And I'm carrying more momentum exiting onto the straight. And I'm also taking advantage of the slipstream behind him. So I'm trying to pull to the right, and I get just enough space to claim the inside of this sharp turn right up here, which makes him have to take the long way around that turn, and on top of that, he has to serve his penalty. And so this secures me a pretty good spot in the lead already on the first lap. And then I hit my nitrous button right here, and I go blistering fast, because, you know, I already had a good lead, but I have to get a very good lead here, guys. So I'm just hitting my nitrous button as hard as I can. Just look at how fast I'm going.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I promise this footage is not sped up in any way. I am just that fast. Okay, here's where things start to get interesting. Leading up into lap number 4, the second to last lap of the race, I've managed to maintain a pretty solid lead for the majority of the race, but by this point, I can notice that he's gaining on me, and he is within range to where he can get a slipstream boost. So I'm pulling to the right on this front straight to make sure that he's not going to claim the inside of turn number 1 here. And it worked, so I pull to the left side at the last second to where I can take a good driving line through that first turn. However, that slowed me down enough to where now he's behind me even closer, and he's getting an even better slipstream boost off me. So I'm pulling to the right side early to make sure that he's not going to get the inside of this next turn up here, which is even sharper than turn number 1. And that worked, so I was able to claim the inside here and make him take the long way around, just like on the first lap. And now I'm able to just be on the right side, exiting that turn. I'm already on the right side, which is right where I need to be, because leading up into this next turn going downhill up here, you need to claim the inside of this turn as well. They're both very important. I was already on the right side, so I can take the inside of this turn, but then I purposely exit wide so that way now I'm on the left side of the track. It is psychological warfare here, very tactical. I'm on the left side ahead of time, and so I'm able to claim the inside of this double apex here. And so I've been very tactical, making sure that I'm able to take the inside of every of the most important turns throughout this whole lap. I'm having to be very defensive as the battle is on, and this is getting very intense. So leading up into the back straight, he's still getting a slipstream on me. I'm pulling to the right side of the track, making sure he's not going to claim the inside of this last double apex, leading up into the final lap of the race. And so now I'm getting a pretty good exit here, but I know that he's still right behind me, and so I'm pulling to the right side of the track again. I still have to be very defensive, making sure that he's not going to get the inside of turn number 1. Once again, it worked. I pull to the left side, and I'm able to take a pretty good driving line through there, but it still slows me down enough to where he is able to get right to the side of me again. And just like last lap, I'm pulling to the right side of the track ahead of time, but he knows what I'm about to do. He was right there with me the whole time last lap, and he has studied my pattern, and he knows what he's up against, and he knows what I'm about to do. And so far it's working for me, though. He had to take the outside of there. He had to take the long way around that turn, but he knows what I'm about to do up here. He went through this last lap, and he's like, I know your tricks. I know what you have up your sleeve. And so look at how far he's pulling to the right here. He's still managing to squeeze through. I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to go that sharp through that turn because I don't think he's going to get a good enough exit, but he manages to slow down enough to to where it doesn't matter if he gets a fast exit because I'm forced to stay behind him. Very, very good move there. Very smart on his part. And so now I'm behind him, and it's just a battle to the end. He has reclaimed the lead that he had only in the beginning of the race in the first lap, and he manages to take that lead back on the very last lap. We only have 2 more turns to go in the whole race. Can I manage to take that lead back? Well, I'm trying to get a slipstream boost off him here. He is about 0.2 of a second ahead of me, leading up into the double apex here. Is there anything I can do to take that lead back in just the final stretch before the finish line here? And it looks like no, there is not, and I take a second place finish in this race. Very intense battle, and what surprises me is that a Brazilian was actually clean for once, guys. I finally encountered a clean Brazilian driver for once, right? I finally saw a clean Brazilian. Can you believe it? A clean Brazilian, right? Well, not so fast. As it turns out, I was actually paired in the same lobby as him again in the next race. You can see on the leaderboard to the left here, it is the final lap. I am in P7, right behind the same guy who you just saw in the other race. And so I had a clean race with him, but that doesn't mean he's a clean driver. I just had one clean race with him, because you're about to see his true colors, and my faith in Brazilian drivers, once again, is at a very low standard, because right into this race here, we're on the final lap. I'm approaching behind him on this turn, and watch this. I make a little bit of an aggressive lunge, sure, but I make an aggressive lunge towards the inside, but he still has to respect that I'm in the inside right there, and he turns right into me as if I wasn't in the inside, and then he thinks that that's, you know, my fault or something. I mean, maybe I share some of the blame, sure, but this is a little over the top. He comes right back and just goes, BAM! Trying to hit me off the track, and so I'm like, no you don't, buddy, and I hit him right back. And so then, I'm anticipating that there's now a dirty battle between us, and so, not like the clean battle last race, I brake 50 meters early anticipating a ram. He was not able to ram me off the track since I braked super early, and now he has to serve his penalty that he got for cutting the track right up here. And so now that he's serving his penalty, I'm in front of him again, and once again I'm anticipating a ram, so I gotta be very cautious going around this turn. But I'm able to stay on the outside, anticipating he's going to go on the inside to try to ram me, but he still tries to hit me off the track there, and it doesn't work. And after this, I managed to get far enough away from him that he's not able to catch up with me for the rest of the race. So you saw 3 attempts from him there to hit me off the track. 3 attempts, and just, what, 3 turns in a row? All 3 turns in a row there, he tried to hit me off the track. So I thought I witnessed a clean Brazilian driver for once, but the stereotype continues, as this is the same username as the guy that I just had that clean race with before. And I'm genuinely disappointed. Genuinely disappointed, because I thought I found a clean Brazilian driver for once. Now, I'm going to confess that that lunge I made in turn number 1 there was a little bit aggressive, sure. I aggressively lunged towards the inside, but I didn't turn into him. He turned into me. I aggressively lunged towards the inside, but I'm there, and he has to respect that I'm there then, and so he has to give that inside to me. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sure, I was very aggressive, but keep in mind, I was already on the inside, and I was still turning away from him when I was on the inside. He turned into my car, because he was turning the direction where my car was. I was turning the opposite direction of where his car was, but anyways, I've made my point. I've shown you guys just the behavior I witnessed from this guy in the very next race I got in. It's just really disappointing. I'm getting tired of this stuff, man. It's becoming very rare for me to get in any race in this game now that's clean. And this is getting annoying. This is exactly why they need to turn contact penalties back on. Listen, I would rather have a faulty penalty system that sometimes can assign the penalty to the wrong person. I would rather take that than what we have now, where they just don't penalize anything. Because we have people running rampant like this, where they don't care anymore, and they, like right here, trying to ram me off 3 different times. And the last episode you saw of Dirty Driving, where a different Brazilian driver went absolutely berserk and crazy. This is out of control, guys. This is out of control. I can't have almost any race that's clean. I'm getting tired of this. The experience I'm having in this game has gone so downhill. It's not really fun anymore when you almost every race you get in, it turns out like this. It turns out like this. Someone gets angry at you for one small thing, and he tries to ram you off the track 3 times in a single lap. Like, come on, this is so ridiculous. That's it for the video, guys. I'm just genuinely disappointed, as I really thought that I finally found a clean Brazilian driver, but I knew it was too good to be true. So, race fast, race clean, and I will see you all in the next video.